Hello and welcome to another SkaredCast battle report. Today, over lava and jungle, the forces of the Tyranids will face off against the Craftworld Eldar. Let's begin.
The Dark Kid.
We're here at the lab in Barrie, Ontario, Canada. Make sure you come check them out. The link will be down below. We are playing 2,000 points, and we're playing priority target. Let's dive into the armies. And here we have 2,000 points of Leviathan Tyranids. Or Kronos Tyranids?
No, this is just Kronos, everything else Leviathan.
Very cool. So what do we have?
So we have 3 units of 18 Stealers, which is Silent Talons and 4 Acid Bomb.
Yep.
4. And then we have 2 units of 30 Devourgons.
Very cool.
And then we have a Swarm Lord, and he's going to know the Horror and Paroxysm.
Yep.
And then this guy is really buffed up, so he's going to, for 1 CP, know my adaptation that gives him a 5-up invuln. Mm-hmm. And then he has 2 Warlord traits, one being the Alpha Leader, and the Alpha Leader is a stratagem, one being the make a infantry unit reroll all the hit, so basically Chapter Master.
Yep.
And then the other one is before the first turn begins, redeploy 2 Leviathan units.
Yep.
And then he has the Relic for -1 to wound him.
Cool.
So he's going to be very important.
He does have his Synaptic Link as well.
Oh yeah, the Synaptic Link for the reroll wound rolls of 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then over here we have just a unit of 3 warriors. These guys are only Silent Talons. I know they're decked out, but they're just Silent Talons with the link that gives +1 to hit.
Yep.
6 Hive Guard, and then a Neurothrope that knows the 6's explode power.
Yeah, Symbiote Storm. Very cool, awesome. So with that, 2,000 points of Tyranids. And here we have 2,000 points of Craftworld Eldar. It is 2 patrol detachments. They are painted by Den of Imagination. The gallery for the army is going to be down below in the description. Check it out. I've got a Farseer with Falshu's Wing. I've got a Seer Council, a Warlock Council on foot. 2 units of 5 Dire Avengers with double cannon on the Exarch. Big unit of 10 Dark Reapers with a Tempest Launcher and the reroll number of shots trait on him. Then we have 1 Wave Serpent base with 2 cannons. 2 Hornets, and they are expert crafters and masterful shots. And then we have a second patrol detachment, which is Savage Blades and Hunters of Ancient Relics. I have a Spirit Seer, 5 Rangers, 2 units of 5 Wraith Blades, 2 Wave Serpents with triple cannon, and 2 Wraith Lords with double Flamer. There you have it, 2,000 points on the nose. The forces of the Eldar face the Great Devourer across this table. Deployment is as such. A Hornet, Wraith Lord, Wraith Blades inside of a Wave Serpent, the 10 Dark Reapers with the 2 Spirit Seer Council with the Farseer, 5 more Wraith Blades, the Spirit Seer, another Hornet, another Wraith Lord. I have deep struck my Rangers, and I have put both units of Dire Avengers in outflank reserve for CP. I start with 9 command points, and Chris here starts with 8 command points. And he's done Genestealers, Devil Gaunts, Genestealers, Devil Gaunts, Genestealers, very simple. Big Tervagon, Hive Guard, Warriors, Neurothrope, and the Swarm Lord with nothing in reserve. However, he could potentially put units into strategic reserve with the Tervagon. That happens after we know who goes first or second, because it's the good kind of redeploy. Okay, so who will go? The Tyranids will have to go first. Okay. And here we are after the movement phase. Those Devil Gaunts advanced. Those Devil Gaunts advanced. These Genestealers advanced. These Genestealers advanced. This moved up. These Genestealers advanced. And that's it. Swarm Lord stayed back. And so the Hive Guard, so the Warriors, so did all that good stuff. Let's dive into the Psychic Shooting Phase. We'll be back, but it seems like they're taking up a defensive position. It is a swarm of bugs ready to crash against the waves of the Craftworld. No, crash against the cliffs of the Craftworld. That's what I should have said. And that is the end of the Tyranid turn. The Hive Guard shot, put 8 wounds on that Wraith Lord. He's still alive. And then we had some shots go from that Devil Gaunt unit into that Wraith Lord, and he's still alive as well. Other than that, he doesn't want to use any command points, doesn't want to move anything up on the table, doesn't want to overcommit on first turn, which is a smart thing. Hear that, Manny? That's the smart way to play Tyranids. Ha ha! The movement phase. This guy moved up. He advanced up. My aim is to put Ghost Walk on him, so he gets +2 to his charge rolls to basically get him up nice and close. This also moved up. Just going to tie up stuff. He can only make 1 unit Kraken with the stratagem, so I'm going to try and tie up as many things as I can to force most of his army to not be able to participate next turn, which is super important because I play Eldar and I have very few units. This Hornet can see this one guy back here, so I'm just going to try pop at least one of them. Then I have this guy's going to flame. I've got another Hornet that can see them, or can see some of the Tyranid warriors back there, and then he can also see them. They tried to advance to get onto that objective, but rolled terribly, so I just put him behind this defensible barricade, while this unit got out of their transport, and they're going to deploy my scramblers. Awesome. So I did go up to 10 command points. Let's dive into the Psychic Phase. The aim of the Psychic Phase is going to potentially Ghost Walk here, but I'm going to wait for that. I'm going to Doom, and I'm going to guide them. I'm probably going to Doom this unit here, because I really want to take a chunk out of them. However, I'm also potentially going to Jinx them as well. Well, I don't really need to Jinx them, but I'm probably going to Jinx that unit back there, because they can extend their range and double the range of their powers, so it's 36-inch Jinx, which is really, really useful. Okay, so I'll come back after the shooting phase. End of the shooting phase recap. Killed 4 of those Genestealers. I killed 1 Hive Guard. I killed 29 catalysted Gaunts. There's 1 left. I did have to charge my Wave Serpent in to try and kill him to prevent the 15. And then, of course, I killed 3 of those Genestealers. Now, he is going to charge these Gaunts. However, he is overwatching. He's using the Exploding Sixes and Overwatch. So 2 CP, lots and lots of hits for that. So let's see what happens. Let's see how much damage he takes. That'd be really useful, because then moving up here kind of blocks them off. The main reason for him being there is just to block these Genestealers so they can't go past this line. So basically protects this little area back here. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, never mind. You can't use Exploding Sixes. It's only in the shooting and fight phase, not in Overwatch. So he's not going to spend his command points. Now, I do get +2 to this charge roll because of Ghost Walk. Will he make it in? That is a 9, definitely. Okay, so here we have it. My 1 Wave Serpent failed to kill that little Gaunt. He'll be a thorn in my side. You just watch. And then this Seer or Wraith Lord got in, killed 3 Gaunts, because I didn't put him here because I need to create a wall here. So now they get to attack back. Other than that, a pretty good turn for the Eldar, in my opinion. I feel like I'm in a good position. I did restrain this unit of Genestealers, so they are a little slower, and we'll see how that goes. And I am getting my 2 points for engage thanks to that Hornet, and I'm also getting my priority target, as well as my first Retrieve Octaros data. So with that, wound. Oh my goodness, 1 save, 3 up. Oh no, he takes a wound. Silly Gaunts. Okay, here we go. After movement, they advanced. They were able to squeeze through with a 10-inch.
Oh, actually, wait, no. These guys can pile in and bad touch him. Okay, so he will fall back.
Okay, so he did end up falling back, because then in this fight phase, they can pile in and touch that thing to stop it from shooting.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, or stop it from shooting at stuff that's not them, which makes sense. Because it is a vehicle, after all. Other than that, the Swarm Lord is within 6 inches of them to double move him. He wants to stop me from scoring primary this turn. I did restrain them, so their movement characteristic goes down to 4, and he rolled a 3 for their advance, so they moved 7 up. So it did slow them down. They're going to have to get a nice charge there, but that shouldn't be an issue to stop me from scoring primary points. And with that, let's dive into the Psyche Phase. He wants to potentially wrap around him to keep them alive for as long as possible, which I think is a smart idea. It's like double wrap the speed bump, which is a good way to look at it. Here we are after the shooting phase. The Hive Guard did shoot twice this time with +1 to hit, but there's only 5 Hive Guard. he was able to put 5 wounds on that Hornet, kill the Wraith Lord that had 2 wounds remaining, and take out this Hornet here. He did double move these Genestealers. They moved to 6 inch with the double move, so they got 14 inches up. So he's in prime position to cause havoc with them. So with that, let's dive in to the charge phase. Chris has decided to charge this unit of Wraithblades, this unit back here, and the Farseer. Now he needs a 5 to get to them. He needs a 6 to go around and get to the Farseer. He's going to risk it. He's going to add a whole inch to his charge to try and get some attacks on the Farseer. He does have a lot of command points. He could fight twice and do a whole bunch of stuff and exploding attacks and everything. So if he gets in, it's definitely going to be really nasty. He does have Catalyst on them for the repercussions next turn. He's already made this charge back here. Okay, Chris, you need a 6. He makes it with a 7. Woo! Here they come. Okay, because of the 7-inch charge and because it was such a convoluted charge, after pylons, he can get 3 to attack that unit because of the wall, and 2 to attack the Farseer, and then everybody else into the Wraithblades. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to spend a command point to give them -1 to be hit.
Who's still dead?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm gonna make you roll it, buddy.
Everything should die here.
Sure. After all is said and done, I lost one Warlock, 1 wound on the Farseer, and I did lose 3 of the Wraithblades. But they survived! They did have to fight twice, but they were able to kill the Warlocks. They weren't able to kill the Farseer. They were able to kill the Wraithblades. But you have brought me down to 0 primary, which is how your army is going to beat my army, is by taking away all the primary scoring, which is good. I was able to squish a couple more of the gaunts. This gaunt is out of combat. I score 0 primary points. You get Stranglehold again. You get your priority target again. And you still have To the Last, which happens to be Swarmlord, the Hive Guard, and this unit of Stealers. So with that, we go into Eldar turn number 2. End of the movement phase. I've decided to not fall back so my Farseer can cast Psychic powers. The Dark Reapers did get out of their Wave Serpent. The Wave Serpent, however, has moved and created a line like the Hornet did to essentially be the next sacrificial unit. Essentially holding these Genestealers here. I just want to make sure they just can't come in and kill them. The Rangers did Deep Strike back here. They're doing Rod, Retrieve Octeris in this table quarter right here. In the meantime, these Dire Avengers came out of Strategic Reserve. They're within 1 inch of my board edge, entirely within 6 inches of the board edge, and entirely in my deployment zone. So they can be really close to those Genestealers. This Wave Serpent did not get tagged, so just moved up. They moved like a crazy amount of distance over there. These Wraithblades moved around this way to make sure that I try to take them out and then potentially move up onto there, into the middle of the board. And that's it. So with that, let's dive into the Psyche Phase. End of the shooting phase. The Leviathan 4+ to deny a power actually came on clutch to stop guide on the Dark Reapers, which was really good. However, the Dark Reapers combined with the Dire Avengers were able to take out that whole unit of Genestealers. And then I failed to, well, I doomed this unit because they were just out of range and I didn't even smite. Or I smited maybe 1 guy. Anyway, so that's what, oh no, because you did
smite. I rolled 3 field opens.
You did. You rolled 3 out of 3 catalysts.
Yeah.
And the smite did nothing. Other than that, in shooting, I reactivated his shield so I could do some mortal wounds and shot with the flamers into the doomed squad of gaunts, and I've depleted them somewhat. I also killed that gaunt that was right there because I needed to with some extra shots, but all 3 of my Wave Serpents have no shields right now. Of course, they came in to do Retrieve Octeris data. With that, we're going to do some charging, and these Wraithblades are going to jump into those Genestealers. And I fire and faded them backwards. End of the fight phase. Nothing really happened here. He did put 1 more wound on the Wraith Lord with a gaunt. Over here, they failed to kill 7 Genestealers. Oh no, I should have doomed them. But in retrospect, I had faith, and then they rolled pretty bad for wounding. However, 2 of them are left alive. They did put 1 wound on 1, and they do have to take a morale test.
So I'm looking for a 3.
Correct. They will fail.
And then not a 1 or a 2.
They run away.
They run away.
Okay, so that is big. That stops him from scoring a 15. Brings him down to 10 because he does have these two here. However, with that, we will be diving in to turn number 2. I do get my engage on all fronts for 2 points again. And I also get my second Retrieve Octerus data. And I have my priority objective. Rewind the clock. They are leadership 9, which means they did pass after losing 5 of their models with a 4. So they're good.
I successfully changed the past.
Correct. The past has been changed. They are there, which will give a 15 points to the Tyranid. Tyranid movement, turn number 3. Oh, the Genestealer was able to get away. I did try cut him down. I only killed one of them with the cut down roll. So he is still there, taking away that objective. Very, very, very good little Genestealer. That was a big mistake on my part. Okay, over here, these Genestealers moved and ran this way. Look at them. They're not even on the ground. They're so excited to go kill the Rangers. And then he did fall the unit of Gaunts back this way because he couldn't physically move and stay out of an inch of everybody back there with his fallback move. Which is why it's important to do some move blocking like this. Okay, so with that, Swarmlord has also moved up this way. Gonna go punch that vehicle. And then they've moved up this way to essentially get into the middle and prove themselves to be annoying. Okay, so let's dive in to the end of, or the next part of turn 3. Look at that, looks really cool. Here we are after the shooting and halfway through the fight phase. Tervagon charged in, got 2 wounds in, only did 7 damage to the Wraith Lord, so the Wraith Lord is still alive with 1 wound. He did spend 2 command points to double shoot the Hive Guard, was able to kill 3 of them because some of them were out of range, and killed all of the Rangers as well. The Swarm Lord put 9 damage onto that Wave Serpent there. I do have 2 command points remaining. Okay, and with that we're going to dive into my attacks here. Let's see what I can do. So at the end of the turn, Stranglehold for 1, 2, 3 objectives. To the last is still good. And with that, we dive into my turn. But I do have the middle, and I do have that. I mean, not that one. So I do get 10 points. Yes, 10 points for primary. Excellent. Here we go. It is turn number 3 for the Eldar. I've essentially moved something like this. This Wraith Lord just fell back, hiding here. I spent 2 command points to fall back, shoot, and charge with that Wave Serpent, so I can potentially tag the Hive Guard. I need to stop them from shooting. Swarm Lord is out of heroic intervention range, but I was able to get both of my Psychers within 18 to potentially do a smite there. My aim here is to hopefully doom this unit and then get the Tempest Launcher to do some damage because that's to the last point. While the other guns that can shoot are going to be shooting at this and potentially that. So with that, let's dive in and see what happens in my turn. Okay, end of the turn. I was able to kill these Gaunts with a combination of shooting from the Dark Reapers. I could see the one Gaunt that was sticking out here. I was able to kill 8 Genestealers in total with the, or 8, well, something like that. I killed quite a few with the cannons and the Tempest Launcher. These guys had come out there, but they just put a couple of wounds on Swarmy, and then some sporadic wounds. I've done 3 wounds to Swarmy in total, while the Wave Serpent bravely was able to come in and tag that, which I think is good for the mid to late game here. They don't need to take morale. However, you will still get your 10 points for primary as we move into turn number 4. So end of the movement phase. Big Mama is coming over to essentially go murder some stuff. Okay.
Bad touch, yeah.
Then we've got them. They've just moved around, want to kill the 1 wounded Wraith Lord. Excellent. Swarmlord has decided that his meal is Dire Avengers, while this unit of warriors has advanced to get onto the middle objective to secure Stranglehold for this turn. The Hive Guard have fallen back, hopefully making sure that they don't get charged next turn, and giving me a dilemma where to use my command points. But the Northrop has stayed in combat there as well. So with that, I have 1 command point. Chris has 1 command point as we move into the shooting phase, or psychic phase, and then shooting phase of turn number 4. End of the shooting phase. Nothing really happened in shooting. Swarmlord did push himself up to get as far away from the Dark Reapers as possible. That is just tagging here. They charged in. I did Overwatch with the 2 Flamers, and I killed 1. -1 attack for all of them, which is good, but they are re-rolling hit rolls. However, with only one command point, Leviathan Genestealers can't explode on 6s, which is good, because if not, he'd definitely be dead. And he is toughness 8, so they need 6s to wound, so that'll be interesting. Other than that, that took 2 damage from a smite, and that's all she wrote. Where would you like to attack first? Not that it matters, because I fight last anyway. I mean, I don't have command points to interrupt. Nope. And here we go at the end of the turn. He did die. He did roll 2 6s with his rending claws, so he just ate him. Over there, this took 11 damage from 2 attacks from that. So he's still alive, which is crazy. Over here, the headbutts of the sentry continues, while the Swarm Lord, in a crazy stroke, did not kill all 5 Dire Avengers. So they pinned him in place. He wasn't able to overrun behind the wall, which now means that these Dark Reapers will be able to sidestep and shoot him. That is a big deal. As we move on to turn number 4 for me, and I do gain 10 points. Excellent. Let's dive into the turn. End of the movement phase. Okay, so this Wave Serpent moved back. The 2 Wraith Guard moved up. So did the Spirit Seer. The Dark Reapers have essentially sidestepped.
Did you say it heroic?
Yes, that's the intent. But I will measure it in a second. And then they can see Swarmlord now. The 2 guys that were in combat with Swarmlord moved back behind that wall there. He's going to stay here. The plan here is to activate a shield and shoot and shield that thing to death, and then charge the Hive Guard again. That's it. That's the plan, at least. And then everything else that can shoot. So that cannon's there. The Dark Reapers, they're going to try and do as much damage to these Genestealers as possible. Okay, so with that, let's dive into the Psychic Phase. And this is the important part, so we're going to show it off on camera. Doom! Doom! Will I doom you? It goes off on a 7 because of the shadow from the warp. So it goes off on a 7. I am actually going to... No, I'm not going to... I'm not going to reroll it. I could reroll 1 with his Helm of the Farseer. I can reroll either dice. But if I roll a 1, it will fail thanks to Shadow in the Warp. Okay. So I'm not going to allow it.
So I can try to deny.
Correct.
And then if I fail to deny,
you can spend the CP and 4 up. Okay. So he needs a 7 on 2 dice. That is, what is that?
It's not. I see it.
Okay. It is not, okay, so not with a 5. Will you spend your CP for this?
I am going to.
On a 4+. Doom is stopped.
Oh my god!
No, he doesn't stop it. Okay. No more command points for the Tyranids. And now I will try and guide the Dark Reapers. Oh, that's definitely not flat. And I will use my Helm of the Farseer reroll to get a 10. It goes down to a 9 thanks to in the warp. Okay, there we go. Guided, doomed. Onto the shooting phase. After the shooting phase, the Swarm Lord has gone down. I was able to get 8 wounds in with the Dark Reapers with their big guns, and 5 went through 15 damage, taking down the Swarm Lord even with his 6-up Feel No Pain. That Wave Serpent and the Tempest Launcher have successfully turned this unit into a 2-strong Genestealer unit, so they are in peril as well. And because I killed this with the shield, did 2 mortal wounds, killing the Neurothrope, now I was able to charge in and tie up the Hive Guard once again. So with that, we're diving into my combat phase, and then it'll be Tyranid's turn number 5. Those warriors succeeded in doing the last 3 wounds to that guy. Oh, that's a shame. I was really hoping to tie them up there. But with that, I will only get 2 points for engaging all fronts because I have nothing in this table quarter here. And I will stop... they automatically pass their morale because they were an 18 of that Trevagon. And that's it for that. So now we're going to go into Tyranid's turn number 5. He does get 15 points, though, maxing out his primary. You know, if I was able to kill that couple of Genestealers, I would have changed a little bit in primary. I'm really excited to see how close the game is after everything that's happened. But with that, turn number 5. End of the Tyranid turn. So he sent the warriors back to kill the 2 Dire Avengers that he almost forgot about. And stop me from getting my rod. Unless they somehow miraculously... No, it doesn't matter. They're going to die. He double moved these Genestealers to get them out of the maximum range of the Tempest Launcher with the full range. So I can't get the 5 points for that either. And then he's just trying to get in and touch this so I can't like shoot with it or do anything shenanigan-y with it. Okay, let's see what the Tyranids do. Okay, so the Dire Avengers have died. The Wave Serpent has died. I put 1 wound on the Turvagon, and then nothing happened over here. So with that, we move into my turn. So he currently has 1 objective. I need 2 objectives to get hold more, to get my 15, which will just be this here. They'll just move up and stay out of heroic intervention range. The Farseer is going to advance to try and go pretty far. He does 16 inches. Should allow him to move onto this table corner and stay 6 inches away from the middle here to get that corner as well. And with just moving around, I'm able to get my last 3-point engage. I wasn't able to get my last rod, but I do get my 15 points and my priority target because that was my priority. So the dust settles and the Tyranids get 92 points, being that they lost 5 points to the last. That was very, very good, trying to keep them alive. Although I almost got them. A couple of points here and there. So that's 5 points that I could have gotten there, and 5 points that I could have denied from getting some objectives here, and added 5 more points to my score as well, which would have been big. But that's 80 points to the Eldar, to 92 points for the Tyranids. I hope you enjoyed the game, everybody, because that was really, really fun. Very tactical. Let me know what you think down below. Huge shout out to Labyrinth Games and Cafe in Barrie, Ontario, Canada. Make sure you come down and check them out. The link will be down below. Their tournaments every other week for 40K.
We got one this weekend.
This weekend.
One on the 19th.
Yeah, so every other week?
Well, next year we're going to start every other week, but on Saturday.
Cool. So make sure you check it out.
Next year.
The links will be down below. You can check out the Facebook page and all the event stuff will be on there. Huge shout out to all the channel Patreons. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. I really appreciate it. Leave a like, share, subscribe. And until next time, the Monkkin.